So, um, Shannon Shapiro has one of the most beloved podcasts in the world. And from my observation, the reason for his success is his holiness. Uh, no, when I say holiness, I mean he has the innocence of a child. I'm in my mid 30s. I am married, and I have watched him closely. Uh, I'm also a relationship counselor, and I've been wondering why a man this physically built, wealthy, has not been able to find a woman to love him genuinely until I watched this video playing in front of you and I saw why. It's painful, but in this life, some people are born with game and some people are not. Ocho is born with game, and maybe let me not say born with game, but game is easy for him. For Shannon Sharp, it is not. It is alien to Shannon Sharp. When Shannon Sharp interviews a woman he is not sexually attracted to, he performs excellent. When he interviews a girl as beautiful as Sweetie, you start to see the goofball in him. You start to see his weaknesses. He tries to make her laugh the way he would try to make a guy laugh. Right. And this is one of the sad things that have happened to the Western man. If Shannon Sharp was in Africa, particularly in Nigeria, you don't have to make them laugh. You don't have to. You go straight to the point. Hey, I like you. Right? You go straight to the point. And then when you're telling her you like her, you make sure your affluence is showing on your body. Your wristwatch is there. Your nice designer set is there. Your clean shoes, because she's looking at it. Now you might say, oh, he might attract gold diggers with that. Well, he doesn't have to pick everybody that is attracted to him. Even gold diggers and regular nice girls like that. So he will attract everybody, including gold diggers. It is now up to him to sieve out the gold diggers and get himself a wife. Right? Now, if you watch this interview, Shannon was talking about himself and Ocho. A beautiful girl walked into the room and you have shown no interest in her. All you're talking about is himself and Ocho. And then Ocho is the other guy there. And then after a while, he then tells her, oh, I have a drink, a cognac. You should try it. Talking about himself all the way. When you see a beautiful girl loves attention. And the attention, she wants it to be on herself. So Shannon should be asking her, damn, wow, I see you on camera, but seeing you in person, your skin is really glowing. What's the secret? Now, it doesn't matter what you talk about as long as you're talking about her. It could be her skin, her nails, it could be her dress, whatever it is, it could be her music. Talk about her and compliment her in the process. It will make her blush. Now, instead of you feeling tension, she's the one feeling tension, right? And but at some point in the conversation, Ocho pushed the conversation back to her and asked her about her music. But if Ocho did not do that, they would have just been talking about themselves as if it's a dude they are interviewing and not a beautiful girl that knows she's beautiful. She's objectively beautiful. All right? Even if she must have done some procedures, but look at her face. That is beautiful. I don't know how else people measure beauty. That there is beautiful. So what is his name now? Shannon really has to get out of his own head, and when he meets a beautiful girl, talk to her about her. Now, what is the definition of interest? If I'm interested in basketball, I ask, I believe this man who came to speak to Shannon came to tell him he's going off track because he was just talking about himself. Right? So, what is interest? Interest is um if I'm interested in something, I ask questions about that thing, right? So from everything Shannon is doing here, he's indirectly telling this girl he has no interest in her. And he's trying to pull Ocho into it, but Ocho, because he has game, stood his ground. He held his frame. Even when we know everything Shannon was saying was correct, Ocho danced around it. And it's no wonder why Ocho is the one with a woman and Shannon is the one without. And Shannon is richer, he has better looks, but just that interest, the philosophy of interest that Shannon has not gotten. All right? My advice to Shannon will be he's way richer than me, and so he doesn't have to take this advice. But I've advised thousands of people, and I know the advice that will work for him. Auntie Mo came to his show. That's Monique, the elderly, beautiful black woman. Um, and I don't know who did her hair in his interview. I've seen a lot of her pictures, but her look in Shannon's interview is the most beautiful I have ever seen her. She was elegantly elegant. I don't know how to describe her. She was looking very stunning, right? She advised him in a joke form, but she was serious. Shannon has to stop looking for young girls. Like, he's obviously interested in Saweetie, but he just won't go for her. This is the kind of girl Shannon wants. But because this is his job, he doesn't want to mess it up, he won't go for her. But if Saweetie texts Shannon tomorrow morning and says, Shannon, I want to go on a date with you, he will accept. And if she agrees to date him, he will date her because this is what he wants. But the problem is, Shannon needs a wife. Saweetie is not a wife. Saweetie, if you ask her, do you want to be a wife right now in your life? She will not want to be a wife. She doesn't. Are you ready to have a child for a man and still cook for him and kneel down with the baby in your stomach and serve him? Are you ready to give up your career for your man's career? Are you ready to be a shadow to a man? Is Saweetie ready to do that? She's not. So even if he succeeds in getting her, it will explode. So the first thing Shannon needs to get right, he has to look in the right direction. Although Sister Monique, or let me call her Auntie Monique because I respect her a lot, she's right by telling him to go for older women. But it is not the age that matters. It is the godliness. Shannon has to be godly himself, and then his godliness will attract a godly woman. The kind of events he will go to, his spirit will find will find a kindred spirit. It will find. Yeah, birds of the same feather flock together. He will meet a lot of mischievous women, but then he will also meet good women. And I believe with Ocho by his side, Ocho, because of his game, he will be able to smell a bad woman when he sees one. But my worry for Ocho is Ocho really, really wants Shannon to be married, to have a woman. He may just overlook some red flag because he just wants Shannon to stop being alone. That's my fear. Otherwise, Ocho has the skill to fish out a gold digger or a mischievous woman. He has the skill. You can tell he's an extremely smart man. If you look at these two men, Ocho is smarter, but Shannon has God on his wings. I don't know how else to describe it. Shannon, like I said, he's a holy man. And when I say holy, I don't mean he does the right thing. His heart is like gold. He has the heart of a child. And when people have the heart of a child, God takes care of their trajectory. So God is the one lifting Shannon. God helps those who can't help themselves. It's as simple as that. You can tell he's a good man. But when you are a good man, you have to make good decisions. You have to know what you want, and you have to know where to look for it. All right? You have to find a godly woman. And it's hard work to find a godly woman because you can't find it with on your ungodly eyes. So you have to first of all become godly so that your eyes become godly so you can see well. All right? Um, um, and sometimes I think some of these people, I think they should travel outside America, go to other countries so you can be exposed to other women. You're not going there to look for a wife, you're just going there to educate yourself because traveling is education. It's the best form of education. Just leaving one place, going to another place is the best form of education because it's education by experience, education by I saw. That's what we call it in Nigeria. Um, uh, Education by you seeing it but with your own eyes. So yeah, and I wish him the best. I know they will come for him because he has been succeeding too much, and I hope the God that has brought him this far keeps him.